Hey y'all, how is it going? It is now Friday and I just thought I would say hi again. I was thinking about doing a mid-March beauty empties update video, but either I'll do a two-part at the end of the month or just try to talk less about some of these products, not go off on too many tangents, but that's who I am, so who knows how that will go, because that means my videos vary during an empties video between like 12 and 20 minutes, so I'm not sure what's too long. Like I've mentioned before in some of my previous videos, that for me personally, I love it when YouTubers go on and on and on and on. It's like a TV show for me, and I just love watching what they have to say and talking about all these different things that they're into and suggestions, recommendations, and what not to buy, things like that. So anyway, I don't think I'm going to do that today, but I did want to talk about something really important, because I thought that this product I'm about to mention was going to be a beauty empty last month, but it ended up lasting up until this month, and I still have some left, but my skin is kind of sensitive, not terribly so, where like everything with fragrance and stuff that I put on it hurts it or anything. Like I can use Rimmel London, like BB creams and things like that, which are really fragrant and perfumey and kind of like pore clogging and all of this stuff. My skin reacts usually perfectly fine, and this has nothing to do with that, but I'm pretty sure that this beauty product, the Beauty Without Cruelty, which cracks me up because it kind of is cruel to my skin personally. Yesterday I was not on Instagram really at all, or did anything. I stayed home actually, because my entire face broke out in some weird, like, I can't describe it. It was like sometimes my boyfriend likes to watch like Drugs Inc. documentaries and other things about some of these crazy, gross things that people do to themselves. He's just kind of like curious about it because he's a boy and whatnot. But there's a drug called Crocodile, and it literally, like, my skin was like a crocodile. It was so weird, like how splotchy. And the thing is, my face has done it before, back in like middle school, because of all the chlorine that was in the pools, and we had required swimming for gym. My face had kind of done something similar, but it turned into more of a rash. And the only way I know it's this, it has to be, I'm telling you guys, because I used Cetaphil, which was recommended to me when I went to a dermatologist in like 7th or 8th grade, and I've always used like Cetaphil because it's good for your, or it's dermatologist recommended, and it's very mild and has little to anything in it. It doesn't really have a fragrance, just very gentle on your skin. So all I did was I washed my body, not with this, but I washed my face with this, and then when I got out of the shower I put on the Cetaphil face lotion, and then literally like for hours my face had just stayed in this really weird splotchiness, which, I mean, I thought at first it was because, you know, it's just hot and my skin kind of gets like that, like splotchy if you don't have enough water in the morning, which a lot of people don't drink water in the morning. You just kind of like dehydrate, you get in the shower, it's really hot, and your skin turns like a splotchy color. Well, this splotchiness didn't go away for like a long time, and my entire neck and rest of my body looked fine. But then today I definitely didn't use this stuff, and I was still experiencing some sort of splotchiness down here, but it wasn't on my face. So I'm just thinking, I mean, look, you can call it whatever you want, and you can slap whatever labels you want on it. That doesn't make it good for you. And I wanted to mention something which I'm going to talk about later at some point again and again and again, because if y'all haven't seen some of my previous videos, I kind of go on a rant and a tangent here and there about natural ingredients and things that aren't good for you, and when they claim it's natural and good for you, looking at the actual ingredients, it'll tell you, you know, if you look I like the first couple ingredients, like this one, I'm on number 3, it's already sodium C14-16 olefin sulfonate. Okay, not good. And let me see, sodium lauryl glucosides hydroxypropyl sulfonate. No, not good. That's about the fourth or fifth one down. Not necessarily that it's like, oh, not good, don't ever use it, but some products over prolonged periods of time build up in your skin, and different chemicals that get, you know, throughout your entire body can build up. Like, okay, look, here's a book, Drop Dead Gorgeous. I am a huge, huge fan of this book, and I think if you've never heard of it or read about it, you need to, or something maybe talking about similar things as this book by Kim Erickson, and it goes on and on and on and on about these things that are in our cosmetics, like coal tars, and how they're carcinogens, and how some of these are like the same ingredients that's in car, like motor oil type, not motor oil, but what is it, I'm trying to think, what is it called? Oh gosh, they're like antifreeze. Okay, yeah, I'm like, in my mind I keep saying freeze. It's antifreezes, like all these different things that you use in your car. There are products that come from that are put in to what we use on our face, our hair, our makeup, lotions, soaps, every single thing you can think of. It talks about that in here, and how like studies done on women who are cosmetologists, who touch these products every day, who deal with these every day, find in their, like, you know, midlife or like 60s or something, that they might have cancers or different issues that start to come out over time. Like, maybe you're a cosmetologist and you've dyed hairs or people's hair for years and you've never had anything come up or cause any issues for you, but then one day it does, because those chemicals build up in your body over years and years and years and years, and you don't think about it. I'm not really sure if there's any way to flush them out aside from not using them. But the reason why I've mentioned in the past that I went through a huge hippie type deal where I threw away every cosmetic, I'm telling you, everything I owned. I'm the type of girl that my mom wouldn't let me go to school sometimes with makeup. Like, she would get mad at me and she'd be like, "You're grounded, you're not wearing any makeup," because she knew if any punishment was going to make me wake up and change my attitude, it was my makeup. You take my makeup away, I would do anything to get it back. So I went through a point where I was like, you know, this stuff's so bad for me, blah, 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 I'm going to throw it all away. And this is back when I was like 18, 19 years old. Now I'm almost 30. So I definitely came around and like rationalized that, like, yes, you can't hide from everything. There's stuff in the air you're breathing every day. You don't know the food, where you're getting it, what chemical process it went through, blah, blah, blah. So there's way more to it that I woke up one day, because at the time, I just, like, being from Wisconsin, not necessarily just because of that, being liberal and everything else, I just felt like a lot of stuff was thrown in my face, like organic this, natural that, and everybody is right now. I mean, especially now, you can, yeah, like, going green and all this stuff, like eating healthier and whole foods, stuff like that. It's a huge deal, but a lot of people don't look at, like, what they use every single day, anywhere from deodorants, toothpaste, you know, your lipsticks, your, you know, obviously for men, they're going to be using deodorants and shampoos and body washes and face creams. Like, all of these things are in some sense containing of ingredients that can be really bad for you. So I guess I'm kind of going on and on and on and on about it. I could literally talk about this for days. I even considered, like, going through here and flagging parts that I thought were, like, extremely shocking for people, and I will at some point, like when I've discussed sodium lauryl and sodium laureth sulfate. It's discussed in here a lot, and it's not good, but it's what makes all of our products get that lovely, like, foamy, frothy that we all look forward to. Because I tell you what, I did go through, like I said, phase where I threw everything away. I went and bought extremely expensive products that were supposed to be natural, organic, yada yada, and when I would use shampoos and stuff, and they wouldn't do that foaming, I just didn't feel clean, and then literally it didn't do the trick. It would create too many oils in my hair. I even went, I laugh about this a lot with my boyfriend's mom, because I'm pretty close with her and we talk about a lot of the silly things I do, and I apologize if you're seeing splotches come up on my face again, because I've still got some itchies today. But anyway, yeah, I went like an entire week or a week and a half at one point when I read an article that said you don't have to wash your hair all of the time. It's just kind of like a gimmicky thing, yada yada. And so I was like, okay, if clearly I had to have gone. I would have needed to go longer than a week and a half to get my hair to naturally go back to creating its own oils to like cleanse and stuff like that. So then for that week and a half, my hair just was like, what the H are you doing to me? And it just went like so greasy and gross. And I tried doing like all these things, like doing discreet braids like all over the place and side braids. This is a while ago. I wasn't like doing videos or anything, so y'all couldn't even like know when it happened, but I just had it was so gross and greasy, and I couldn't like brush through anything, and it was like a personal experiment, because I was like, really like you never have to wash your hair, like maybe not, but come on, I mean, we're in a modern time, we're not like, you know, 1700s or something, 1600s, way beyond before. Like, no, we wash our hair, we wash every part of our body for the most part, whatever. Like, I've been back and forth, because if you know anything of my history, which I haven't really revealed a lot, I kind of was like a hippie for a long time. I worked at ski resorts in Idaho, and just was around a lot of people that had the same attitude about eating right and the things you put in your body and everything else. So I am not necessarily saying that the Beauty Without Cruelty products is a bad product line in any way, shape, or form. It's just skins are different and they all vary, and if you like with me, I know, like I usually use Biore's, like the black pore cleanser face wash or whatever. So when I switch over to this and using that forever, never had any reaction, and all of a sudden like after using this I had a reaction, you can kind of put two and two together what might have caused it. Like people who have like body rashes that come from certain laundry detergents and things that you use. So it's really not much different, but it's just one of those things where you can do process of elimination and be like, okay, I've been using this one for years, never had an experience like this, but this one product that I got a sample of that I've only been using for like a month or so, like on and off, is all of a sudden my face broke out, freaked out, like it's gotta be from that. And then looking at the ingredients, it's not shocking. I mean, trust me, like you look at the Cetaphil ingredients, things like that, they're not perfect, but they definitely have been milder and gentler on my skin ever since middle school. So I know it wasn't the face lotion, and I've never had anything like that. But anyway, that was my little like Friday beauty rant. I really highly recommend, if you're a beauty guru, to read this book. It has so many things in it. Even at the beginning here, where is it? I know, I'm just like flipping through my book now trying to find it. But like they have closer to the beginning like oily skin cleansers and things that you can like make yourself with like essential oils, which I really was like highly considering for a long period of time, and still am at this point. I think it'd be really fun to make YouTube videos where I could show people how to make some of these on your own with products that are fairly affordable, blah blah blah, things like that. So yeah, and then you get towards like the back of the book and it goes more into it again, and it'll say like if you want deodorant that you don't have to make yourself but is like better for you, they list all these products here which are better for you. And be aware that this book is a little older. Let me see. I mean, there might be something out there now that's a little more current with some of the brands you can purchase, but this is from 2002, so I know at this point, especially since this is my first time living in a huge city like Dallas, there are so many products out there that are organic and natural and fairly good for you that probably aren't listed in this book, but the ones that are in here are ones that have been around for years and years and years and years, like Burt's Bees and such, which are known to be better for you. So it's not necessarily that if you have problems like skin conditions or anything like that that you're going to want to switch. You might not know that you have a skin condition or something that is going to come from a product you use every day. Depending on what ingredients is in it, you might not get a reaction for 20 years. All of a sudden one day you'll be using that same thing you used forever and you can break out from it too. So it's not necessarily, like I said, that, oh, I've used that product forever, it can't be that product. It could be. It really could have been the combination of which chemicals are in each of those products. Like I washed my face with the Beauty Without Cruelty and I put Eucerin on, or the Cetaphil. Maybe it's because of that. Maybe the combination freaked out. But I know, like, afterwards, I took some Benadryl. I took one. I was like, oh, maybe I'll take two. And I never taken Benadryl before. Bad idea. I don't like it. It makes me just like woohoo all day. I couldn't even like walk half the time. Benadryl's bad, but it made my skin feel fine. So weird. But yeah, definitely think that just being aware of what you put on your skin is a really big deal, because you never know which combination of things could have a chemical reaction on your face. And I do believe recently, because in this book they talked a lot about how a lot of the major companies that own the cosmetics and whatnot are in politics. So when it comes to trying to regulate and have issues like with people saying this ingredient in this product is terrible, or you don't even list all of the ingredients you put in these products, why? It wasn't at the time, like when this book was written, it wasn't legally required to list all of these things, but I'm pretty sure I recently saw, especially this year, things talking about how they're making a move and a bigger push towards labeling and properly disclosing of things, like, because people are so worried about what they eat, but do you realize that your skin absorbs everything you put on it? So it's basically like eating the product that you put on yourself, and you don't want to be putting coal tars that are made from asphalt and antifreeze all over your face. It might not seem realistic because you can't see and smell it, but there are components of it in these ingredients or in these products that we use every day. So anyway, I don't know how long I've been talking about this already, but I just got inspired yesterday because of this whole breakout that I had, and I'm sorry to put it on you, Beauty Without Cruelty, but it just was one of those things where I was like, you know what? The world needs to know that I'm onto it, and I need to tell others that they should be onto it as well, because this book is not just talking about, like, there are maybe 50 pages that have recipes and stuff, but the amount of information in this book is mind-boggling, and it's all just right here in one source. Not like you have to spend days doing research on the internet, which you could, but I'm telling you, this book is so worth it, and you must read if you're into beauty, and you don't have to be into it. You just want to know what you're putting on your body every day. Read this. It's a huge wake-up call. And I've read this book like 2 or 3 times, and I still haven't even come close to retaining half the information. And I haven't read this book in several years, so what I'm talking about now was just stuff that I remembered when I read it. So anyway, yeah. Y'all check that out. Let me know if you've read this book before. Let me know if you like this video. Maybe you want to hear more about it, and you don't necessarily want to read it, but like, I've already done the research, I can do it, that's fine. I'll be glad to tell y'all more about it if you don't really want to read it. So it's totally cool. Yeah, and if you haven't yet subscribed to me also, that'd be awesome, because at some point here in the future I am going to be doing a giveaway. Keep saying that, but I am. I am going to, because I have been so good at it for so long. I just love giving stuff away. So yeah, it's Friday, and I'm going to go relax. It's a very yucky Friday here. It was just downpouring when I first started this video, and now it looks good again outside. So anyway, I hope y'all have a lovely weekend. I may or may not update this weekend, but I will be updating very soon. I ordered on Amazon these like crazy cool leggings that look like mermaid scales and stuff, so I can't wait till they get here. So there will be like a little, kind of like a May fashion type beauty favorites of the month. I don't know, we'll see. But I'll work on that this weekend, and hopefully this room, I know, so bad about it. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good night. Bye.